Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Supergirl. Not the TV show, but the movie, and I'll explain in a minute. Starring Faye Dunaway, Helen Slater, Peter O'Toole, and Mira Farrow, and directed by Jenna Schwartz. Forgive me if I said that wrong. Now, how is this in the Superman universe? She's Clark Kent's cousin, or Kal-El, as they'll call him. Let's get into the movie, shall we? Superman's cousin Kara, played by Helen Slater, is curious of Zoltar, played by Peter O'Toole, as he's planning on leaving their home, Crystal. And I like Helen Slater and Peter O'Toole, and as Allura, played by Mira Farrow, enters the picture, and Kara makes it the dragonfly, and she accidentally blows up the crystal and almost kills herself, and these effects as well as the set looks cheap, and Kara takes off in it and goes to Earth in a space ball. Let's call it, and she arrives on Earth, and Zoltar goes to the Phantom Zone, and when Kara flies on Earth, it's obvious wire work, I'm not going to lie to you. The greedy Selina, played by Faye Dunaway, is a character as a villain is something I believe, but the character is rather stupid and unconvincing. And my problem is, how does she become the villain? A circly jewel that doesn't make any sense to me. Meanwhile, Selina's assistant Bianca is kind of annoying, and she does nothing for me, and Supergirl, finding two greedy men and beats them up, is a painful, terrible scene. And Kara goes to school disguised as a brunette named Linda Lee, kind of like how Clark Kent puts on the glasses and as he's going to the Daily Planet to work, which is a good disguise, and hell, this is a much better female version of a superhero movie than Catwoman. But I'm still seeing problems with this movie right off the bat. Linda's new roommate, Lucy Lane, who's related to Lois Lane, and honestly, I don't mind her, but this movie isn't treating her favorably. For example, two girls knocks her down purposely and are not team players and try to knock her out, and hangs out with Jimmy Olsen throughout the movie in the background, and bringing him here is interesting because he's only in the background, and like Lucy, he's shown unfavorably. Selina poisons a tree-cutting boy named Ethan and poisons him to falling in love with her. And as soon as he gets back to normal, he falls in love with Linda after he gets saved by her as Supergirl, which was cute at best, but he only prefers Linda. Ethan tells Linda he loves her and marry him, which is pretty soon, and that's the same problem I had with Frozen. And Selina intrudes their cute romance, and I thought Selina really wants Ethan. It's that obvious. And Supergirl traps Selina as she flies away, and Ethan and the romance isn't really working for me. And Selina's evil plan is a problem with this movie, and that is taking over the world and controlling men's minds. It's cliche and pathetic. Linda kisses Ethan, and now he knows she is Supergirl, while dressed as Supergirl. And she flies to Selina's mountain castle after Ethan disappears, and Selina sends her to the Phantom Zone to find Zoltar there, and I just can't believe how unconvincing all of this is. It's not working for me to like this movie. Supergirl gets out of the Phantom Zone, and Selina pulls some spikes, and Supergirl gets Nigel, Lucy, and Jimmy out of a trap and beats Selina by taking the jewel and takes out something that looks like Satan by using a power by Zoltar, and spins around and Selina and Satan back to hell in a mirror, and the movie ends with Linda flying in water returning the jewel, and this climax doesn't make sense to me. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 4.2 out of 10. This is a much better movie than Catwoman, and that's not saying much. However, there are problems with this movie, and I said it on the show. And the movie was cute, but not enough for me to like this movie. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with Superman 4 and Steel. Mostly Superman 4. But until next time, up and away.